Welcome back to Chris Simms Unbuttoned. It is time for Give Me the Headlines presented by Hyundai. This is, you know the drill, but I don't need to explain it to the homies out here. We're in week what? What are we, week?
Yeah, I don't know.
10.
You sound like you're confused about the drill a little bit. And you're
So
trying
what do
to
we do?
blame it on the homies.
What
That's
do we
what
do
it sounds
here?
like.
We go into the printing press. We're doing the newspaper. We have to come up with a headline.
Yes, we do.
We got 2 games, and then we don't have to write the stories, I guess, right? Do we? Oh,
no, they
that's
write
what
the
you
stories
do.
for us.
They go word for word from what you say. They're just stenographer. Cardinals defeat the Jets. Oh my gosh, 31-6. Your headline for this one is
Desert Storm. Yup, that's right. The Jets flew into a dusty desert storm, and it was a crash, and their damn season's over. See you later, New York Jets. And there's a storm brewing for the damn Cardinals, and they're hot right now.
So we had a debate before the pod, but with Pete here, we go. Well, we got to make the headline about the Jets here, right? Like they've crash landed here. I was like trying to make some plain joke, which are hard to make because it's not that funny. 3-7 they are right now, and but Pete, I think rightly said, come on, Cardinals 6-4, first place. I mean, this is a resounding win against a team that I actually thought would show something and be like, oh, we're not done yet with the Jets, and the Cardinals did not let them do that.
I'm not going to lie. I agreed. I would have thought that the Jets would have put definitely a more competitive effort in this football game. Let's start with the Cardinals because the Jets want to make me puke right now, okay? It's like I don't even know where to start with that.
Yeah.
But the Cardinals, we've used the phrase a little bit the last few weeks as far as like know who you are. And they do. First off, their defense is well coached. They're smart. It's not a creative offense that they had to defend today in the New York Jets. We know that. But that's where I like Gannon and that side of the football. And they're physical and tough. They are. But today, it looked like they played a game of like we don't think the Jets will stay consistent with the running game, and we're not going to let Garrett Wilson and company beat us. That looks like the way they played, at least to me on TV, trying to watch 2 other games at the same time. And then their offense is in a groove right now. I mean, Kyler Murray is balling. Absolutely. This was a game where I thought maybe Arizona would be able to run the ball on the Jets and do that, but really it was the opposite. They came out and couldn't run the ball quite well at first, started to throw the ball. That kind of opened up the field. Then they got some runs as the game went on. But the story is the pass game, Kyler Murray making plays, scrambling a little bit, but dicing them up with big plays in the pass game, whether it was Marvin Harrison or James Conner. The first touchdown of the game was just a little swing pass screen, and he ran for a 44-yard touchdown pass and was like barely touched one time. But you could Kyler's in a groove, and he feels comfortable in the offense, and I think they have found the way of how they want to work McBride off of Harrison with the running game and all of that. Pretty impressive right now. Arizona, never thought I'd be saying it. I don't think they can win the Super Bowl or all that, but they are a low-level playoff, NFC playoff football team. There's no doubt.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, they're there. They're 6-4 right now. I think we have the passing chart for Kyler Murray in this one. 22 of 24 with that touchdown. Each of his last 17 passes were complete. The odds of Murray, this is according to Next Gen Stats. We're going deep into the stats.
Right.
The odds of Murray completing each of his past 17 passes based on the probability of each attempt was 1 in 408.
Wow. 1 in 408?
That he would complete his last 7 based on where he was throwing it and the defender was and all that.
Gosh, well, I mean, he's off the back foot throws. The throw he throws to Trey McBride down the left sideline, he's basically falling backwards and chucks it up to him. It probably would have been a walk-in touchdown. They had the right approach. You could tell, I thought, early on. And the other thing, too, this is what benefited the Cardinals. The Jets don't play man-to-man. And the Cardinals, as we've talked about, are not the best at separating for man-to-man coverage, but they had a plan and knew how to kind of work this Seattle 3 Jets scheme. You could tell there was understanding of doing that. And then also with the plan of attack, they took some calculated shots down the field. Other than that, it was we're going to throw the ball underneath because they're going to play their Seattle 3 and back out and play 3 deep zone. And that's where the backs got involved in the passing game and doing all that. And the thing I like about Arizona is they stay patient with the run and they stay with it. They're going to be physical and chew up some clock and do that and protect their defense that way. So very impressive for them to be 6-4. Never thought they'd be there.
And you mentioned the defense too. Last 2 games, 15 points allowed. They have not allowed a touchdown in the last 2 2 games, 9 sacks, 1 takeaway. And to set you up on the Jets, just real quick.
Right.
Tylen tweeted at you, goes, damn, the Jets will never be good. And Aaron Rodgers is a fraud. And, okay, it's time for new ownership. That's a Jets fan.
There's a lot of issues. Aaron Rodgers is no longer what he used to be, as I've been trying to tell everybody for about 2 or 3 years now. That magic's gone. And there definitely was a few plays today, again, where I'm not trying to, like, get on him too hard, but I saw a few plays, at least in replays, where I went, oh, you should have thrown that ball down the field or down the middle, and instead we threw it underneath for 4 or 5 yards or incomplete or whatever else. There's that. And ultimately, I do get to blame ownership a little bit because, the Robert Saleh firing was bad. It was stupid. It was bad timing. It wasn't the right move at that moment of the lifeline of this football team. It wasn't time to cash in chips and go, oh, we need to change the mojo or the mantra of the football team. And they've looked lost ever since. The defenses look horrible. They've lost their edge. That's the most disappointing thing to me is the defense. It's inability to stop the run. They don't tackle well. I mean, how many times did Arizona break tackles today? Holy crap, there was a lot of them. I don't like what they do on defense, as I've told you in the past. I'm sick of that Seattle's 3 scheme all the time. It's ridiculous. They're throwing a fade in the back of the end zone to Marvin Harrison Jr. You know who the perfect matchup for Marvin Harrison Jr. is? Sauce Gardner. But no, they're playing their Seattle 3, some stupid matchup zone, and they got, Reed covering them 1-to-1, who's 1-on-1, who's 5 inches shorter than him. There's a lot of bad right there in New York right now. They're not tough. They're not physical. They're not creative on the offensive side of the ball. And their defense, which is supposed to be good and physical and flying around, is not. And it's over. The season's over for the Jets.
You want to coach the Jets?
No.
You want to do that one? You would not do. That one you would, that one you can't. You can't do that one. All right, so that one is in the books. Cardinals, good job.
Yep.
Keep winning. Vikings, they got to win.
Yeah, they did.
It was not pretty.
What?
Would not have been pretty no matter who won this game. They beat the Jaguars 12-7. Your headline for this one is?
Saving Sam.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, they had to save Sam from himself. Sam was trying to relegate himself into being a backup quarterback forever today. I mean, that's what was trying to happen. They were bad interceptions. I don't know what else to say. You know me. I'm a defender of Sam Darnold because I think there is good. I see quarterback starting potential type talent, but sometimes I don't think there's starting quarterback potential type feel or thoughts that go on in his brain in big moments in the football game, if that makes sense.
No, that was a lot longer than I thought it was going to be.
Well,
but
I know, because there's I didn't know quite how to just a knack for how to play the position certain times where I just go, what are we doing? I mean, 3 interceptions on the day, all 3 are bad. The first 2, I mean, they move the ball down the field, tries to jam a ball into Justin Jefferson. I mean, he's covered like glue, and it's a 4-yard throw. And he throws a really hard ball popped up in the end zone. Then they drive down again. They're inside the 5-yard line, and he's got time, and he's kind of moving around in the pocket, trying to find somebody. Throws a really bad interception where Justin Jefferson was open for the touchdown, and he missed the throw. So those were 2 early games where you just go, they could have been up in this game and put Mac Jones and Jacksonville in a spot where it's like night, this game's over, but instead we were in a slugfest throughout because, Sam Darnold was a little sloppy throughout.
J. Sally 1054 says to you, what is happening with Sam Darnold? Are the other teams figuring out what his tendencies are? He looks like he's seeing ghosts again, and yes, he'll never live that down.
No, he's I talked about it a little last week. There's a sticking on the first read too long, which I want to say I believe just because the first 5-6 weeks it was open so much. So you're going, wait, I've been rewarded for this so many times. I'm going to throw this again. I'm going to wait for him. Not getting off certain reads, right? At times holding the ball in the pocket too long, going, hey, the play's over. Get out, move, get out of the pocket. Don't sit there and try to slide and make some crazy awesome throw that's just not going to happen or not realistic. I think there's a little bit of that and then a little bit of him pressing altogether. But all 3 interceptions today were trying to throw the ball to Justin Jefferson and forcing it to him in moments where you go, wait, you don't need to force it. They're not going to stop you today. 400 yards of offense, 42 minutes in time of possession. They totally controlled the football game, and they won 12-7. And that's because of bad mistakes by Sam Darnold, and they're in a funk right now on the offensive side of the ball because of bad mistakes by Sam Darnold the last few weeks, really.
Curbio Analytics says, should the Vikings sign Ryan Tannehill? Yes or yes? Darnold has all the time in the world, but he continues to make terrible decisions.
Well, I think teams are a little on Kevin O'Connell and some of the things he does. I will say that. I don't think people have been just like scorching wide open like we saw maybe the first 2 years of Kevin O'Connell's career. And I will blame a little bit of he's played some defenses that I think know him as far as the Rams and the Lions because they played him so many times over the last few years that's given a little bit of a blueprint and what to do there. But no, you got to ride this out with Sam Darnold right now. You're 6-2. He's going through a little bad stretch right now. You got to ride it out and see if he can turn the corner and he can get some momentum going back in the positive direction and see if he can go from there. But we'll see. It's ugly. And listen, I don't even know if they would have won this game today if it weren't for the Jaguars just being stupid too. I mean, Mac Jones fumbles a snap back in his own area when the game, I believe, was 9-7. And then late in the game, it's 12-7. They got the ball to midfield. It's first down. He just chucks a ball up. Jump ball, interception, game over. See you later. So, ugly football game there all the way around.
Yeah, the prettiest thing was maybe the celebration after that last Mac Jones turnover, the interception there by Cameron Bynum.
Yeah.
He does the Ray Gun dance, and we all know Ray Gun from the Olympics and breaking, which made its one and only appearance in the Olympics. It will be done now, and if you're watching on YouTube or on Peacock,
that's my favorite move right there. I don't know what that move is. Is that like Michael Jackson Thriller?
That's what I feel like.
Or Pete's saying it's a Velociraptor, which I don't know about that. Yeah. But it looks like Thriller-ish.
Whenever I talk to someone about the Olympics now, they're like, oh yeah, you did the Olympics. How about that breaking? It's the first thing that everyone says.
I'm amazed by the attention it constantly gets. I really am. I'm like, I hear people talk about it all the time.
Yeah. All right. And that was Give Me the Headlines presented by Hyundai. All right, so get those papers out. We got enough. We got a couple of headlines.
Oh, yeah.
Got a couple stories.
Yeah, people are dropping nickels everywhere for those papers.
Something happened in an election last week. Throw that in there, too.
Yo, homies. Thanks for watching. Yeah, it's time. The NFL season is here on Chris Simms Unbuttoned.
You can hit subscribe to get all the weekly picks, plus our Sunday recaps as the games are happening.
Oh, you know it. Nobody does that better than us. Thanks again for watching. Remember to subscribe. Peace out. We'll see you next time on Unbuttoned.